Aloha.
Okay, very well. If you say so. If you say so. Doesn't matter if you're left or right, red or blue. The government don't give a flying about you.
Damn good show. We got Mr. Ronnie York. It's Ronnie Cash.
What's up, guys? Brother Harloha here, man, has just made my day. He just has.
Unstoppable, never run. Hear the words, feel the intimate, it's real. See on the spin, got that heart you can feel. In it ratchet, that's what we got. Love forgets nothing, it's the fire in the blood. All my folks shout out from every corner. You know it's right. Love and Italy, we go shine to the God. We the people, yeah, we are one.
Much respect for you. I love your channel. I love everything about you. You're the real deal.
Be kind to each other. Treat others the way you want to be treated. And just be nice for the hell of it. It actually feels good.
Thoughts are, man, you never know what's going to happen day to day. Like I always say, stay close to God, stay prayed up.
We the people, now we are one. Love can conquer, it's never done. Spread it heavy like a bullet from a gun. Together we rise, unstoppable, never run. We the people, yeah, we are one. Love can conquer, it's never done. Spread it heavy like a bullet from a gun. Together we
If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. Have a beautiful morning, beautiful day, beautiful afternoon, beautiful evening, beautiful night, whatever it may be, wherever you are. Much love, much aloha, and most importantly, God bless.
Oh, look how beautiful Nina looked. Aloha, everyone. Snooks, Karen Reese, Mr. Denny Cola, Mr. John Denny Cola. Aloha. So, I know I did this the last 2 weeks, but again, I want to shout out Charlie Gabaldon. I love that dude, man. I was just watching him. Probably this, because we're doing the Ronnie thing, and a little over an hour from now, we're doing it on Heather's channel. So this is like a warm up, and I pinned the link for that at the top. So make sure you go that, hit the like and the notification bell and all that good stuff. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing. Sharon Mercier, aloha. So since we're not going long today, whoever wants to come up and hang out for a little bit, come on, Dan. What'd you think of that new intro? Did you guys like that? I just made that a couple of days ago. You know what? I think Mr. John Denny Cola should come up. Mr. Denny Cola, Mr. John Denny Cola. Salt and Light, aloha. You know what? So is it B salt in light or is it B salty in light? Cheryl Rich, good to see you. Aloha. Always good to see you, Cheryl Rich. Oh, that was quick. Well, it was good to see you too, Snooks. She popped backstage for a split second and disappeared. There she is. Aloha.
Hello, Steve, and loves and hugs to sweet Nina. Yeah, good to see you too.
Yes. Yes, lots of loves and hugs to sweet Nina because she is not feeling well. So
I'm sorry.
yeah. My dad just got here a couple days ago and then boom, Nina comes home and she's sick. So, what happened, man?
Oh, dang. Cold? Anything serious?
Nah, it is like she got the coof. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, she ain't got no
Yeah,
coof.
nah, no coof. Just yeah, it is like a cold under the weather.
Well, I'm sorry.
Mini flu.
I wonder if it's worse to be sick in Hawaii or in the United States.
I would
Stupid
say
question.
well, I don't know about all of the mainland, but I would say Michigan is worse because I don't get sick you know what? I don't even want to say it because I don't want to jinx myself and then get sick. But the few times I have been sick here, it isn't. I mean, you're still sick, but I just remember being sick in Michigan with the cold weather, and you get the chills more, like the hot cold flashes more, and
So you're
I
saying
don't know.
Michigan is the state in the United States that it's worse to be sick in?
Yeah, only thing I like about Michigan is the way it looks in the fall.
Hmm.
Other than that, I don't miss it.
Yeah, I would love to see changing leaves. Our leaves on our trees here die, fall on the ground. They don't bother to change colors. They're too lazy. This is Florida.
Right? That's same here. They don't bother to change. Yep, the same thing. They die and then fall on your head when you're walking Pablo.
How much could leaves hurt?
No, well, they do have these ones. I don't know what they're not coconuts, but they're like little. I don't know what the hell they are, but those things fall all the time.
Hey, if coconuts fall on your head, they're going to hurt.
Oh yeah, they have people like there's like a number of very small number, but a number of people that die every year from coconuts dropping on their head.
Really?
Because if it's thank you, baby. Because if it's really if the tree is like really tall
Oh,
and that coconut falls and hits, it's I'd have to look it up, but hey, there's Heather Joy. Aloha, Heather. So I got the link pinned at the top for everyone. That is where after this is where hopefully all of us will be going to.
well,
And
I'll be heading over there.
yeah, because it's gonna be we're gonna be doing trivia. Um I can never think of the word. Like a raffle type deal thing.
I love
So
trivia. What do I get just for doing trivia?
Heather, come on up. I pinned the Heather, if you got time, I know you're probably getting ready too, but I'll put the link in the chat again if you want to come up for a little bit, Heather. If you got time. I know you're
Okay, I don't want to win anything. If I won anything, I would donate it.
right. Yes. Well, I mean, like, and that's the thing, you don't have to donate to the fundraiser to participate either, you know. It's just gonna be an all out fun stream, and at the same time we got Ronnie's back, you know.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Cheryl Rich, he said he's gonna try to, but he's been a little under the weather himself. He's just been resting a lot. But he said he's gonna try to, and then and I told him, you know, don't push yourself because if you're not up to it, don't, you know, force yourself to do it. But
Where's Dave? This says Dave and you.
yeah, I think he might still be at work. I text
I
him
don't
like
harass you as good as I can harass him.
he's fun to harass though, because he's got that he's like he's feisty, right? Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, a little bit, but he's a good sport. I love the way
Oh
you
yeah,
two go back and forth. I love it.
yeah. That's weird though because I wouldn't be able to do that with anyone else. It's like for some, I mean, probably because we've known each other since we were
Well,
kids, like little kids. So,
that would do it. I'm so sorry that Nina's sick. It just bothers me. Are you on mute?
no, no.
Oh, okay.
I
I
was
didn't
reading
hear a thing.
I was reading the chats, but sending
I didn't
prayers
hear
and
anything
hugs
either.
for Ronnie. So yeah, Sharon, definitely. I pinned it at the top. Definitely hit that link and then hit the notification, and that's where we'll be in about an hour. Hey, here's Heather.
Well,
Oh,
I've been
wait a
putting the
minute.
I've
There
been
we go.
putting the link in the chat too. Hi there, Heather. Happy Sunday.
Hi.
Awesome to see you. It's gonna
Hi.
be it's gonna be a fun night.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, we got a couple of prizes. I've got some gardening things and oh boy. Okay, I gotta go to the other room. I'm messy. Getting
You
linked
okay?
up to my just gotta move. There we go.
Oh, there you is.
Oh, what
No,
happened?
she sat on
Oh,
her
she took
couch and
herself
shook
herself
herself off
Let's
down.
accident. She'll be back.
see.
There you
Okay.
is.
There you
I'm here. Sorry.
It took me 2 tries to come in. It always does.
Yeah, a lot of time. Yeah, it's weird because that never happened before, but it started happening to me recently, even on my own. But it like takes longer for some reason for the mic and the camera to connect to StreamYard, which it never did that before. But then I also heard StreamYard got bought out, so it's got like new owners or whatever.
Yeah, it's Riverside or something. River
Yeah,
something. Yeah, I saw that today. I was really confused.
which explains a lot because I've noticed a lot of different things too, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, that's why.
Well, the price has jumped up too.
That's the other thing I heard, but
Yeah, like really jumped.
I'll find out in April because I pay annually, so I just only pay once a year.
Ah,
So
You
when
talking
April
about
comes
paying for
around, I'm probably gonna be
sorry.
like, what? Like you crazy?
You talking about paying for StreamYards?
yeah.
Yeah, Indy's gonna go off of StreamYard. She's this is the end of the month. She's gonna be off of it, and she's picking up some other thing to do
Yeah, she's
to
not the only
use.
one. I mean, I know at
Yeah,
least a dozen other people that stream, and they're
really.
like, screw StreamYard, and I'm like, I mean, how
Is
dumb on
StreamYard?
StreamYard's part, right? I mean, don't they realize how many people they're losing?
Who owns StreamYards?
Yeah.
What was it, Heather? You just said River or something. Who owns it now?
Riverside or something. It was River something. I was just looking at. Let me go come over here and look. Pull it up.
I bet you that's some big liberal corporation that owns that.
Let's see.
Could be. Yeah, it would explain
It's,
they're trying to capitalize on it, even though that's what they're against.
yeah, it just sounds like some big corporation that none of us would like.
Hang on here. I'll have to look at the ceiling for a minute. Let's see. It took me
Y'all,
forever to get in today too, to Industry Road. It was a joke. Let's see. Riverside. Yeah, it's Riverside is what it is now.
That's a weird name for
can you tell who owns it or anything, or is it like a big corporation?
I don't know yet. I'll look into it.
Okay, just
Yeah.
interested.
I mean, you would think it's got to be because I mean, StreamYard alone, before they got bought out or whatever, has to be multi-million-dollar company, right?
I'm just gonna say
Oh shit!
there's something
Hold on,
left
guys.
said. Okay.
Hold on, guys. I'm excited, man. I'm stoked because I've been waiting forever to have this guy on panel with me. Mr.
I know who
Danny
it is
Cola,
now.
Mr. John Danny Cola.
Ah,
Good evening, sir. How are you?
How's it
Nice.
going, man?
hello.
Heather.
You don't get that excited when I come on this stream.
I've never met John Danny Cola before, not,
Okay.
only in
Go,
chat.
say his name. Say his name again. Go ahead.
Mr. Danny Cola, Mr. John Danny Cola.
I just love that.
Thank you, John Felix.
Hi there, John.
Hello.
Hello.
So how you folks doing?
Well, you know Heather. This is Heather.
Hello.
Hello.
So what's
Oh,
cooking?
you got Ginger Billy in there with you. I love it.
Oh, yeah, you got.
That's awesome.
Did you see the
Nina?
short that I
Oh,
made
the
on it?
short is so
I
good.
did.
It is so
Yep.
good.
That was cute.
Nina,
Yeah.
Nina loves Ginger Billy. You got to watch out for Nina around it.
Well, Ginger Billy did warn. He did warn. He said, "Whoever wins it, be careful. Don't let your wife or girlfriend see it."
That's funny.
I gotta play it now because
Please.
I love that video. That's
That
the
is a
best
good
video I
one.
ever
Me too.
made.
That is one of my favorites.
Yeah, this is awesome.
My Ginger Billy doll came in the mail. Let's open it up. Oh yeah, we'll put this right.
Say something about.
So, fellas, if you're married, just gonna go ahead and tell you. Don't let your wife see it. She might cheat on you with it.
Baby, I'm home. Pablo, where's Daddy? He's not here.
All right, I'm back. Oh man, I should have listened to Ginger Billy.
I love it.
That was a good one. That was good.
Been replaced.
I'm surprised it doesn't have more views, honestly, but I don't care either because I love that video.
Well, hey, I'm just gonna let you guys know about what I sent you, Steve. I sent you some of the questions. Ones I sent you, I think are not multiple choice, and so they're worth more points than the multiple choice ones. And then I got some extra hard ones too. Got a couple of prizes. I've got let's see, got one right here. It's a medicinal herb garden kit. I've got some. Let's see. One of the packages I ordered another package of seeds, and that one hasn't come yet. But then I've got this this garden book too. Just it's like a planner. Just helps you plan out a garden. I've got a survival garden book that I'm giving away, and I'm also giving away. I've got a bag of, we do eggs here, lots of eggs, and I freeze dry a lot of the eggs. I'm going to send somebody a nice bag of freeze dried eggs from our farm.
That is the best.
Got a couple of prizes.
Those are great prizes.
Yep. And if
Wow.
you don't have to donate to play, just come and play. But if you do want to send something to our friend Ronnie, please do. But we're just gonna have fun.
I love trivia. I just want to ask you this though. Chat seems to lag behind the YouTube stream. So how do you decide who's gotten the answer?
I'm just gonna we'll just give we'll be giving the answers. You just have to keep track of the points, and whoever the top people who've got the most points will win at the end. So
okay.
Sound like a deal?
I think it sounds like a great time.
Cool.
It definitely sounds like fun.
Well, I'm gonna jump off. I've got stuff to do before we start, but I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Sure will.
Yeah. Thank you.
And,
I'll see you guys later. Okay.
When I end here, I'll jump backstage at yours right before you go on. So
okay, and if you want to stream it onto your channel, I hit that little button. If you want to put it on yours.
Okay. Cool.
So anyway, I will see you guys in a bit.
Okay, and Heather, I will share you out on Indy's Discord when you come on.
Oh, Oh, thank you. I
So
appreciate
hopefully
that.
you'll get more
Okay.
chat. Yeah.
That'll be good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Looking
I'll
for a
see you
fun
guys
time.
in a little bit. Thanks.
All right.
All
Take
right. Thank
care.
you, Heather. We'll see you soon.
Bye, Heather.
Right, Heather. John, speak up now. Say something.
What do you want to know?
Well, I know you're up
Open
here. You
book.
got to talk.
I'm an open book. Ask me anything.
Well, no. Well, you sound like you're male, so I'm not going to ask you that.
Let me try this. I'm gonna turn this mic up a little bit.
Thank
Say
you.
something. Say something again, John.
How we now?
Oh, there
Oh,
we
that's
go. Perfect.
great. I was going to ask
So
you to
I
do
have
that. Thank you.
so that video I seen you with Josh from Accountability for All. Hey, what's up, Big Chap? Aloha, brother. That was like what, maybe a month or so ago, or is it one of those ones that you record and then some channels record and then put it out 2 months later?
It depends which video you're talking about, because I've done a few videos with Josh.
Oh, really? Okay. Shoot.
Yeah. Are you talking from New Jersey, or are you talking from Maine, Vermont?
I think it was Vermont, actually.
Would that be the library video?
Yeah. Yep. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow. So you're in Maine and you're traveling all over then, huh?
Well, yeah. Usually when you get together with Josh, Josh is a great guy to go with. Massachusetts here for Josh has pretty much played out. So every once in a while, what you'll do is you just kind of branch out to different states. What the day that we were out in Vermont, him, Hippie, and myself went out as a trio, and I think one of the things that really upset me about that library video was the woman questioning, where we were from, telling us we couldn't record in the public library. And generally, I don't really get upset. You know what I mean? Usually I'm reserved, I'm laid back. I don't say anything. But for some reason, the questions she was asking, the way she was asking them, just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, And it bothered me because the foundation for that library is based off the First Amendment. Anything that's in that public library, any book, any writing, even the letters A through E on the outer bookcases that they put there so that you can find certain things, all of that is based off the First Amendment. It's the foundation of what we were built on. So for her to question us as to whether we lived in that town, whether we lived in Vermont, whether we paid taxes in Vermont, it just drives me insane. Not to mention the fact that a lot of these libraries, and Josh kind of clued me into this, are covered under the American Libraries Association. Well, if you look at the American Libraries Association, one of the first things that they say in their essentially like a preamble is that the First Amendment is alive and well in the library, and that they should not try to prevent people from exercising that right. So that just kind of added fuel to the fire for me.
Yeah, it's kind of hypocritical too, right? For her to, that's what it's based on, and then.
Right, exactly. And at the end of the day, I just think that when you have a librarian that's sitting there asking you questions of, where you're from, are you a taxpayer? Do you live in this town? Do you live in the state? It doesn't matter, I mean, even the monies that they get, even whether it's through the state or a lot of these libraries will get money through the federal grants. That's how they stay functioning. So to ask those questions is just ludicrous to me.
Yeah, that's the one that always cracks me up. Because like, well, do you pay tax? It's like, yeah, I just bought a Snickers bar at the gas station. There you go.
You could have put a quarter in a gumball machine. It's the same thing.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I just don't. But they don't see it that way. It's unfortunate because it's that whole. I guess it's that weird train of thought that they're under where they think that they're above you because they have some type of position in a government entity, whether it's a library, whether it's a cop shop, whether it's a DPW worker. It doesn't matter. They all seem to think that because they're in some kind of state position power, that they can rule over you and tell you how to act, how to behave, what you can do, what you can't do. We see it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the Dunning-Kruger effect, where people know very, very little about something, but they think they know everything about it. So then they act like that, right? And that's the outcome. When it's like you don't know anything you're talking about. So, yeah, Dunning-Kruger effect.
Well, and it's funny because you get that a lot. I mean, you get there are people that are out there that will sit there and go, I know my laws. I know my laws. I don't know everything. I'll be the first one to tell you I don't know everything. I think that I would rather be blissfully ignorant about some things. But if I don't know, as much as I hate reading, I'll take the time to read and try and educate myself. The other thing, too, that I like to do is the civil discourse, like you, me, and Snooks are having here. And sometimes when you have a disagreement with somebody, you learn from what they're saying. If you listen hard enough, you learn. And that's part of the issue too, is people aren't willing to hear and they're not willing to learn from what they're hearing.
I
Yep.
agree with
And
that. Sorry, sir.
that is this
I
is so true because there's one, like Steve-O says, I appreciate First Amendment auditors, constitutionalist, public photography in general, but he personally couldn't do it because he get arrested because he can't put up with stupidity at all. And that is kind of similar with me because I would have been doing what you're doing and what Josh does and DMA and everybody does, except I don't think I know, even though that was 2 years ago, I do know a lot more now, but at the same time, I'm so passionate that when I'm in the moment, my brain just gets flustered and I forget everything. And I'm just like, "Bleh." And then I get arrested because of my stupidity.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, and that's one of the things that I kind of, when I started to pick up a camera, I kind of did it out of spite, to be honest with you. I did it to prove somebody wrong. They thought that I was supposedly riding their coattails because they had a humongous channel and they decided to spout some nonsense. And I'm the type of guy that when you do that, I'm going to do it to prove you wrong. And if that means that I'm going to go out there and I'm going to record, then I'm going to go do it. And that's exactly what I did. But when I did it, I made sure that I had a copy of the law in my back pocket. I made sure that I knew the laws in the area that I was going into. So I did the research, and a lot of people won't take that time, and they should.
Right.
I'm not looking to get arrested. I mean, but you know what? I hate to say it, but there's going to come a time that if I am out there and I am recording, I'm going to get that one dumb idiot that decides that for whatever reason, he's going to put the cuffs on you. And that's the
Yep.
guy I'm worried about.
Yep.
You know?
Because there is plenty of them out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, we see it all the time. I mean, every other video that you see out on the internet has a cop where, they're misquoting the law. Chief of police the other day who arrested a guy because he didn't like him calling him a name. I mean, that's just insanity. How would you become
Right.
a chief of police and decide that, violating somebody's constitutional rights is the way to go? I just don't understand. But hey, they're hiring them, and
Yep.
unfortunately, what we get.
And it's like what you were saying too about how people having conversations, and if you really listen, that's when you can learn something. And I was watching Brian from Here's the Deal, his other channel, The Disturbing Illusion,
Yes.
and he was talking about similar like cognitive dissonance, where people have it in their head, and no matter what you say, it's not going to change their mind. And it's like, well, if you're not willing to change your mind or listen, then I just don't get it. Because
I don't either. I mean, I'm on the other side of the world as opposed to you folks. I'm on the East Coast, and
Oh, I'm
lately,
on the East Coast.
well, I'm on the up of it. I'm
yeah,
up from you.
Yeah,
So,
I'm in Florida. Yeah, I'm in Florida.
it gets cold where John's at.
Are you in Uperville?
I'm sorry.
Are you up there in the Michigan Peninsula,
No,
Uperville?
I'm actually in the Massachusetts Peninsula. They call us
Oh, okay.
Taxachusetts. Um,
They
but
call you what?
but recently they just passed a gun bill, and that's why lately I've been real busy. They gave us about 5 weeks to come up with 50,000 certified signatures on a petition to stop the new gun law that they passed out here. That's absolutely insane. And so I've been working with a group out here to gather those signatures. And not only did we gather the 50, but we ended up gathering over 90,000 certified signatures. It was 12 linear square feet that we dropped in the governor's office the other day. Then, along with that, I ended up signing an affidavit, essentially describing the crimes that she committed against the people of the state of Massachusetts and how she should resign. I mean, it's disgraceful what's going on. This is where liberty started, and this woman single handedly, with the help of the morons that were brought into the Senate and Congress, have decided this is where it's going to die. And I'm sorry, I can't allow somebody to stomp all over my rights like that. I just can't do it. So I've been wrapped up with that. And in between, I got other projects that I've been doing. So
Well, good for you.
That's awesome, though, man. Yeah, because like Snook said, good for you, because we need more people like you that are willing to put that time in and do stuff like that. Because most people just think, well, like, oh, it'll be all right. And it's like, not if you don't do anything about it, you know.
Well, you're not a keyboard warrior, John. You're getting out there and you're doing it. I'm a keyboard warrior, but I'm not going to tell people to go out and do what I'm not doing.
well, and that's that kind of prefaces into another issue too. Is with all the legal gun owners across the United States, if you go through all 50 states, you're going to find that a large number of legal gun owners aren't actual registered voters. And the problem with that is that when you have a governor like we have here, right, and there's over 100, and I think it's like over 113,000 registered legal gun owners in the state of Mass that aren't registered voters. And when you have that, that allows them to get away with the crap that they're doing. And that's not just here, that's in all the states. So each state has a different number, and it breaks down into all 50 states, you know. So uh, this is where people need to kind of wake up too, is if you intend to fight the battle, you got to be able to use your voice to fight that battle. You don't have to vote Democrat. You don't have to vote Republican. You just got to vote stupidity out. And that's what you got to do. And it's a shame. I hate to say that because, again, I'm a neither party guy. I would rather just vote for Bugs Bunny,
Me too. That's me, man. I say it all the time. I even said it. I put it in the intro. My new intro that I played today is, doesn't matter if you're left or right, red or blue. The government doesn't give a shit about you.
That's a good intro. And you know what? This is how I feel. You vote whoever's the best. I tend to vote Republican because for me, I like their values over the Democrats. But in the end, you have to vote who's going to be the very best.
Well, you also have to remember too that money and politics always mix, and it's always created a problem. And that's where the bigger issue is you have to get the money out of politics. You got
Mm.
guys like George Soros and all these guys out there. You got BlackRock and all these different companies, all got
Vanguard.
the, and it just isn't worth it. It's just there's too
Nope.
much filtering through. Matter of fact, Snooks, you actually have a group down there in Margate, Florida area where the council is set up, where one of the council members out of Margate, realizing that he couldn't get anything over a certain amount of money put into his campaign fund, decided to set up the PAC fund so he could get more money. And it's funny too, because in his instance, this guy was getting donations from, of all places, he was getting it from the school zone camera district, school zone cameras, right? So this guy ended up turning around and actually putting in for those cameras to be put into the school zones down in Margate, so that they could make money off of the cameras for people speeding through the school zone. Now, mind you, he has a vested interest, because not only are they donating to him, but he's bringing that company to the forefront, because they're the number one company that's putting in school zone cameras. It's astonishing how bad we've gotten.
Mm. But you're never going to get Soros out. I mean, his son's in power now, so there, it's just going to go down. You cut off the head of a snake. There's always baby snakes growing up.
Well, I agree with that. And again, the only way to deal with that is to make sure that the baby snakes don't grow into the big-headed snake. And the only way that's going to happen is you have to take the money out of the equation.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
money is so powerful. How do you do that?
Well, I wish I had the answer.
Yeah, see, I don't have it either.
I wish I did.
I think that's what most people are trying to figure out. Most people, as far as like me and John, and you know what I mean?
I will tell you this. You guys actually had a guy that was running for sheriff a few years back named James McClinnis. And he actually had a really great way of doing his political ad. He actually took a pressure washer, and he had a stencil that he did. And him and John Felix used to go around, and they would go and they would pressure wash on the dirty sidewalks in Florida, McClinnis for sheriff. And it drove the other sheriff nuts, to the point where they were sending the DPW out to literally pressure wash his campaign slogan off the sidewalk. And it kind of forced them to have to clean the sidewalks out there, which I thought was a pretty good idea.
But it is. I like that.
Effective.
See, now Karen Reese says, I disagree, Steve. We've already seen what Trump can do. You should vote. And with all due respect, Karen, because I love you, Karen Reese, but that is true, and I'm not going to deny that. From 2016 to 2020, basically 2018, 2019 were the most successful years of my career, and then it went downhill after that. But what about red flag laws? What about indemnifying all police officers, which is giving them way too much power? And I mean, I could go on with all these other things. What about Steve Mnuchin? Draining the swamp, which is not, he did the opposite of draining the swamp. He brought all these people into the swamp. It's like he became a part of the swamp. And it all goes down to that, everyone changes. That's why I voted for Trump in 2016, because he wasn't a politician. But after 4 years, he became a politician. So I don't want to get too deep into that, because I'm really passionate about it, and then I start getting flustered. But I'm just saying, left or right, red or blue, to me, they're all on the same team behind the curtain. So,
I was muted. I muted myself. Anyway, okay. I don't like any politicians. You know, I really don't. I don't trust any of them. Will I vote for Trump? Yes, I will, because I think he's going to get us out of a lot of the trouble that we're in. But he makes a lot of promises, and you can't make that many and keep even half of them.
Well,
That's my opinion.
I think that we're putting too much faith in whoever comes into office, because at the end of the day, no matter which way this election goes, all hell's going to break loose. We've seen it already. You know, people on the left, people on the right. I mean, James Madison audits, and who was it? Foshin from This Is a Public Service down in Florida, sitting there going back and forth between Trump and the Harris groups, and one group is assaulting Foshin, surrounding him, calling him all kinds of dirty names and stuff. And again, that's their prerogative. But when they start laying hands on you, that's where I think there comes a drastic difference. And I hate to say it, but even sometimes on the Trump side, if you say certain things about Trump, you're going to rub them the wrong way. And again, there you go. So I don't think it's a matter of left or right. I think it's a matter of right and wrong. And what we're getting is all wrong.
I don't like all the name calling during the rallies. I don't like laying on hands. There's a lot that I don't agree with. I think you run on your own merit. You don't have to totally destroy the other candidate and call names. Just run on your own merit and your own values and who you are.
Well, that's the way I would think that you would want to run a clean campaign, but
That's what I
no
want, a
such.
clean campaign.
Yeah, there's no such thing as that anymore. There's never been. As
No.
far back as I can remember, there's never been a clean campaign, and I'm going back to the '70s. Hate to date myself, but
Right.
And that's when I was a kid. So again, the mudslinging is going to continue no matter what.
But I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Run on your own honor.
No, listen.
Well, I mean, that's what I heard someone say the other day, like, because they brought up they were interviewing, like, it was like at a Trump rally or something. People were waiting to get in, and he was interviewing the Trump supporters, and then he brought up, like, well, you're a Second Amendment guy, right? And he's like, yeah, of course I am. And he's like, well, then what if the person that you were voting for wanted to pass a law that could easily take your guns away? Would you support that? He's like, well, no. And he's like, well, Trump supports that, because that's what a red flag law is. Like, any random person can anonymously just call in and say, hey, that guy's cuckoo, and then they can also violate your Fourth Amendment right by just coming into your house,
well,
and then taking your guns. And then he's like, yeah, so basically you're voting for the less of two evils.
Well, that goes both ways, though, because if you remember, Trump's thing was take the guns, due process second. That's what you're talking about. Now with Harris went so far as not only was it to take the guns, but as we're going to come into your house without a warrant and seize your property. Now there's a huge problem with both of these things. First of all, most of the times when you have the red flag, most of those things are done with an ex parte motion by whoever is filing that thing. So they would have to go into the court. They file a motion with the court saying, okay, I'm unfair and this is why. And they get the motion ex parte, which automatically your due process rights are out the window right there. Because again, you're not allowed that due process to fight it. Now, I know in my state, if they issue that order and and say, for the sake of argument, the police come, they take your firearms, they take your carry concealed license and stuff, right? Now you have to either one, sign over your firearms to a registered carrier, concealed carrier, right? Within 90 days. And then you also, within that 90 days, you have to appeal to the court to get your license to carry back. Now, meanwhile, while all that's going on, now you have to fight that temporary order because it was given ex parte. Usually they give you like a 10, 14-day window. So, a third of your 90 days is already up right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, again, you're just like, this is the problem with the way that the laws are set up. The due process rights aren't there when they do things like that. And you also have to remember, they are giving these states, I think it is, they had, I think it was something like 75 or $750 billion that was allocated to go towards states that passed red flag laws. So by passing those laws, they get that federal money. So there's the incentive for the states to do so.
Yep. I mean, and that's a lot like Hawaii too. They make it so hard to legally own a gun here that like 90% of the people are just like, it's not even worth it. Like I'm not even exaggerating. Just it's just so difficult to do it that most people just like, well, whatever. I'll just get something else.
And you guys are in the ninth circus, which doesn't help much.
Right. Well, I know they said for like, I don't know how many years in a row, but quite a few years in a row, they said Hawaii is the most corrupt government out of all of America, which I believe.
Well, listen, there's definitely running the close first. California's right there with you, that's for sure.
Yeah, yep.
It's a
I
good
just want to say
episode
real
here with
quick,
you.
Karen Reese, regardless on our feelings on politics, you know I love you, Karen Reese. And she made another comment. I gotta find it about all right here. No, he was not a politician. People were telling him who to hire. Now he knows better. He has gotten rid of a lot of the swamp. Look at the dust and suicides. He's draining it.
Steve, I don't know if you saw this, but Dave came in for a second. He's
Yep,
going to go
yeah,
visit his
Dave,
new grandson. So big shout out to him.
your grandson, and happy birthday to mom.
And shout out to Cheryl Rich, who has become a great grandmom yesterday.
Oh, what? Did she put that in chat? I missed it.
Yeah, she did. That's okay.
Oh,
You can't see everything all
congratulations,
the
Cheryl.
time.
No, I seen the Dave one, but I didn't see the Cheryl one. Oh, right here. Okay. Congratulations, Cheryl. Congratulations, Grandma. And you know what? Since we're talking about voting and all that stuff, just vote for Neil. Everybody vote for Neil.
I am not going to vote for Neil. Okay. I'm not going to vote for Neil because the odds are he's going to try and hire me as a press secretary. And I'm so objectionable and obnoxious, and I ask a lot of questions. I'll be tossing all those reporters out of the room.
And the problem with that is what?
Oh, well, I don't know. It's just I go on into Independent Minis panel, and I'm the one who asks questions and doesn't agree with anybody. But I tell you what, going back to what you said, John, I do learn from the panelists, whether I agree or not. I come away learning and maybe looking at some things differently. And that goes towards Neil. I see things differently. So it's a good environment.
Oh, yeah, to me,
I mean,
that's
we
what it's all
fuss.
about. It's about being
Yeah,
open-minded and,
yeah.
you know,
I mean, we fuss yeah. But Neil Hahn, you are not always right, and you do not always win. But you have been behaving better on the panel, except last week you needed to go to the naughty corner. Done with rant. But I do love you because you're a good sport. We pick on Neil so bad on that panel. We really do. I wasn't on there last week. I was too busy doing too many other things. But Neil really does get picked on, and he gets in chat, and he's such a good sport.
No, Neil's cool as hell, man. I hung out with him
Yeah.
backstage once, and he's a smart guy, man. He's
Smart.
his
He's
stuff.
uber intelligent. He's too
Yeah,
smart for
right.
his own pants, okay? Smarty pants.
Well, Neil's got my vote.
Yeah. I like Neil. But I'm not voting for you, honey. Sorry.
Well, there's not much time left. We only got what, a couple weeks, right?
Yeah.
9 days. I think it's 9 days.
Wow.
November 5th.
Yeah.
I already
Already the
voted.
end of October. Holy shit.
Yep, I already voted, and I got an email that my ballot was received. I put it in the box and has been processed.
Well, they seem to be having a lot of problems with some of the voting machines. I know that down in Arizona, they've already had some issues over there. I don't know if you know Bisbee News. He did a thing about that down in Arizona. They're having issues now where apparently they're issuing driver's licenses to the people that have come across the border in order to allow them to vote.
Oh, the illegals are voting, yeah.
Yeah, so that's becoming another issue. I mean, this is just, again.
Also in Pennsylvania, I sent a story to somebody that I mod for in the daytime. I send them the stories. Pennsylvania already has gotten fraudulent votes. It was 250, 2,500. I think it might have been 2,500, but they did a live news story about it, and they are looking into it. So there could be hope in other states.
I got a great story for Pennsylvania for you. So recently, I've been doing some record requests in Huntington Township, Pennsylvania. So the first couple that I did under a pseudonym names, right? And I just put down just for an address, I just wrote Plain Street and then a zip code and then a zip code in Pennsylvania, right? In a certain county where I knew that the street existed. This is the lengths the government is willing to go through. The records officer literally turned around. She went onto Google, pulled up the street in the zip code that I put on there, did a Google search for the houses on the street, pulled up the map, then contacted the tax assessor, right, to find out who was living at the address and who the previous owners were at all three addresses in order to stop me from getting my record request fulfilled.
Wow.
Now, mind you, I had an ace in the hole because what I did is I just put all my basic information in there, who I am, where I live, what have you. I got a response the other day. I was looking for a particular video. The video was sent to me. The video was 1 minute and 26 seconds long out of a 20-minute video. Tell me what's wrong with government.
Right. Yeah, where's the transparency?
You know, and the thing is I have a feeling that more than likely most of the video was deleted by the person that took it, who was a county employee. And I think what they did is all they could recover was the 1 minute and 26. But at the end of the day, I made sure that when I sent my response back down, I told them I wanted the entire video. And if not, I got no choice. The woman broke the law. So if we can't get justice by them being transparent and giving us what we're asking for, I'm going to have her charged. And that's what I'm willing to do. And if that means that I got to drive from Massachusetts to Pennsylvania to have her charged and see her in court, by all means, I'm happy to do it. That's how far into this I am. I am just so aggravated by the way people are treating others out here that it's just ridiculous. I can't. But can you imagine being a records officer and going to those extremes to hide a video?
Right. And the thing is, to go to those extremes to hide a video, what else are you hiding besides just that one specific video? If you're going to the extremes with that video to hide whatever you're hiding there, what about all the other shit they're hiding? You know?
Well, and that's a good point, because again, I mean, this is just scratching the surface. This is just a minor video. You know what I mean? It was something that was done to intimidate somebody who was recording a public meeting. They did it intentionally, and I just wanted to let that township know that people were watching and they were keeping an eye on what was happening to the woman who was recording those public meetings. That was my intent, which is, we're watching you while you're trying to watch us. And, that does raise that question. It raises that red flag of what else is this township hiding, that they're doing wrong.
Exactly. And that's the scary part for me, even just in cities, townships, states, the whole country. I don't like, if the truth on all the government actually came out, I don't know if anyone actually be able to handle it. Like, it'd be one of those things where they'd come out and flat out say, all right, this is what's really going on. And everyone would be like, ah, yeah, right. No one would believe it because it'd be so extreme, right?
Right. And it's funny because, like, if you look at, what was it? I think it was Maui there with the fires, right?
Yep.
Nobody would have ever believed that stuff unless they saw it. And even when they saw it, what did they do? They tried to hide it.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
And what happened? What happened afterwards? There's still nothing really that we've heard since the fires.
Yeah, they sweep it under the rug and then just hope everyone forgets about it.
Yeah. Well, and what's even funnier is that there was a few rich people that were involved with that whole ordeal that were looking for land out there, and now all of a sudden, now what? Is that land now available? Have they bought it? Have they, just essentially gone in there and took it over?
No, yeah. Last I heard is that they bought a lot of it.
Yeah, it makes
Like
you wonder.
Oprah and Zuckerberg and Bill Gates. There was one other, but yeah, last I heard was they like right away too, like just picked up and bought a lot of it.
That's insane.
And then that brings
know?
up the question of, okay, why? Well, like what's going to happen like in the future to why that was such a necessity for them to have all that? Like what's, it's so deep. It's such a deep rabbit hole.
What do you need all that for? And why would why would you take away from why would you take away from people? Essentially putting them out in the cold and putting them on the street. What's the gain? More land?
Right. Yeah, that, and why is Zuckerberg spending $1 billion on a bunker? What do you need that for? Yeah, shit, it's crazy, man.
Zuckerberg has the money. He's got the money. Bill Gates has the money. They can do whatever they want to. They're part of the problem along with Soros.
Yeah.
And Zuckerberg comes out and says, oh, I was wrong. I'm on Trump's side now, blah, blah, blah. He's a little wuss and he's scared that Trump is going to win. So he wants to be on the better side.
Did he say that? I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, he is. He's sorry that he did what he did with Facebook and this and that. That he was wrong about Trump and he was like basically kissing butt.
No shit.
Sounds more like
oh, he's a wuss little POS.
I don't know. It seems more like he's more worried about, people turning around and getting and slapping Facebook with lawsuits for violating the First Amendment rights of the people, especially these government pages that are on there.
Oh, he's just kissing butt.
All that misinformation that we were putting out there, about the jab, heaven forbid you should be, one of those naturally immune people where you didn't do the jab, and you're not suffering the consequences that we're not going to hear about for 75 years, right?
Right. Yep.
Actually, I'm on Facebook, and I have made some very fiery comments in regards to politics. I have never been timed out or put in Facebook jail. I don't know why.
I've
I
had
kind of
my
feel bad, but I feel bad. I kind of feel like I'm being denied my First Amendment. I should be putting that. I mean, why does everybody get to be put in jail, and I've never been put in jail?
Well,
I
I can
never
tell
go
you
on
that they
Facebook.
removed posts. They removed my posts, a few posts of mine that I they removed, and I let the Facebook fun checkers know exactly how I feel about them, in a wonderfully pleasant tone.
So, in other words, you swore a lot.
Pretty much, yeah. But you know what the funny part is they didn't ban me for that.
Oh my gosh! No, of course not. Well, I stay on Facebook because I have connections all over the United States that are like, a heart family to me. And I get slammed for being on there, but I'm going to be on there. I don't do the political stuff anymore. I'm almost never on there because I'm too busy, but I'm going to stay on there. But in the past, I have gotten pretty rabid in my comments politically, and I was surprised. I got away with it.
Yeah, I'm in there, and I think a lot of the reason why I'm there is there are government entities that I'm involved with a couple different things where I'm posting on their Facebook pages just to let them know I'm there, and also to
Good.
essentially point out all the things that are wrong with what they're doing.
But all right, so we're at 1 hour, but hang out, guys, because I'm gonna talk backstage for a minute if you got time. But I'm gonna end now, and I just want to make sure everyone in chat has got the link for AKA Heather Joy's channel for Ronnie's trivia/fundraiser/raffle, which is gonna be a lot of fun, which is gonna be in a half hour from now. So make sure everyone clicks on that, hits the notification, hit the like button for it too to feed the algorithm. And so yeah, that's it. But afterwards, hang out for a minute, guys. But does anyone have any final thoughts before we end this one? And aloha, Indy. Good to see you, Indy.
Love you, Indy. Well, I'll start off. I just want to say happy Sunday to everybody and bless you and all, excuse me, all your loved ones. And I think for me, life is very good because I see blessings, small blessings every day. And when you see them and you pile them up, they turn into a huge blessing. So I have to say, I have a very happy life. And Steve, I'm so glad we've been friends for so long and with Nina.
Oh,
I
me
value
too.
our friendship. I respect you.
Well, here's
Absolutely.
what I'll say:
Likewise.
tomorrow is never promised. Make sure you tell everybody that are close to you that you love them, you care about them, and you'll miss them every day that you don't see them.
Yeah, very true too. That's similar to what I was gonna say. That life is short, man. And the weird thing is, the older you get, the faster it goes. I don't know how that works, but so yeah, like John just said, man. Everyone that you love, let them know, because it goes by fast, and you tomorrow is not promised. So
Well, I love all of you in chat. There you go.
I love everyone in chat, and hopefully, I see everyone in chat over at Heather's channel in 25 minutes.
Yeah, please go there. It's going to be so much fun. Trivia, raffle, fundraiser for
Yeah.
Ronnie. Very, very important.
And you don't have to donate to participate. You're still gonna have a fun time regardless, and a lot of fun. So, but I would normally say what I normally say, but I'm not ending it and then ending it because I'm going to be back on Heather's channel in half an hour. So I'll just end it with saying I love all you guys. Be kind to others. Treat others the way you want to be treated, and just be nice to someone for the hell of it, because it feels pretty good when you do. So much love, much aloha. I love all you guys. See you soon. Aloha.
Okay, very well. If you say so. If you say so. Doesn't matter if you're left or right, red or blue. The government don't give a flying about you.
Damn good show. We got Mr. Ronnie York. It's Ronnie Cash.
What's up, guys? Brother Harloha here, man, has just made my day. He just has.
Unstoppable, never run. Hear the words, feel the intimate, it's real. See all the spin, got that heart you can feel. In it ratchet, that's what we got. Love forgets nothing, it's a fire in the blood. All my folks shout out from every corner. You know it's right. Love and Italy, we go short, go to God. We the people, yeah, we are one.
Much respect for you. I love your channel. I love everything about you. You're the real deal.
Be kind to each other. Treat others the way you want to be treated, and just be nice for the hell of it. It actually feels good.
Thoughts are, man, you never know what's going to happen day to day. Like I always say, stay close to God, stay prayed up.
We the people, now we are one. Love can conquer, it's never done. Spread it heavy like a bullet from a gun. Together we rise, unstoppable, never run. We the people, now we are one. Love can conquer, it's never done. Spread it heavy like a bullet from a gun. Together we
If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. Have a beautiful morning, beautiful day, beautiful afternoon, beautiful evening, beautiful night, whatever it may be, wherever you are. Much love, much aloha, and most importantly, God bless.